The recent episode of CNN's NewsNight with Abby Phillip turned into a fiery showdown that seemed to reflect the very tension gripping American politics today: immigration, race, and identity. What started as a panel discussion on Donald Trump's deportation efforts, particularly the removal of Salvadoran migrant Kilmar Abrego Garcia, whom Trump accused of being affiliated with MS-13, quickly spiraled into a heated exchange that was anything but civil. The flashpoint came when The View co-host Ana Navarro and CNN contributor Shermichael Singleton clashed, not just over policy, but over deeply personal issues of race and cultural identity. It was a moment that made it clear how emotionally charged the national conversation around immigration has become. Navarro, defending the broader migrant community, attempted to draw a comparison between undocumented immigration and the history of slavery. That analogy was immediately shot down by Singleton, who was visibly offended by what he saw as a false equivalence. "They are not the same as Black people who were brought here against our will," he said firmly, interrupting Navarro's commentary. The back and forth escalated rapidly. Navarro fired back with, "That's right. I'm Latino, and my people are being racially profiled." Singleton didn't hold back either, responding, "Great. Last time I checked, I'm Black. You're not." The shouting continued even off-camera, despite host Abby Phillip's attempts to restore order. It was clear, this wasn't just a policy debate. This was raw, deeply personal, and unfiltered emotion unfolding live on national television. As the segment veered into chaos, another layer of controversy unfolded. Navarro questioned the credibility of Trump's claim that Abrego Garcia had MS-13 tattoos, which had been used to justify his deportation. "Are you saying the Photoshop is true?" she asked panelist Scott Jennings, referencing concerns that the image evidence may have been manipulated or misunderstood. Jennings, however, stood his ground, claiming Trump was simply fulfilling his promise to protect Americans from violent gangs. He insisted, "He was elected to protect us from MS-13. That's what he's doing." That prompted Navarro to accuse Trump of lying outright, stating, "What Trump said yesterday was an absolute lie." Adding to the chaos, CNN columnist Raul Reyes cited polling suggesting that 54% of Americans support bringing Abrego Garcia back to the U.S., a claim Jennings immediately dismissed as irrelevant in the face of national security concerns. Jennings argued that immigration enforcement should not be stalled by bureaucratic red tape. "We let 20 million people into the country, and now we can't deport someone because we have to go through years of paperwork," he challenged, cutting through the noise with a sharp rebuke. The entire exchange captured not just the fractiousness of the CNN panel, but the divisiveness gripping the American public. Immigration isn't just a policy topic. It's an emotional powder keg that touches on issues of identity, history, and belonging. The clash between Navarro and Singleton wasn't just about differing opinions. It was about the lived experiences of two communities that have faced centuries of marginalization. The explosive nature of the discussion made it impossible to ignore how polarized the national conversation has become. Even a panel meant to inform turned into a reflection of just how deep the divisions run. And as the cameras rolled and tempers flared, viewers across the country got a front-row seat to the cultural fault lines shaping today's America.